Hey there, what is up, plant community? The Green Thumb here. So, I realize I haven't done a palm tree update for this month yet, and I guess I better get doing that, huh? So, let's see here. Sorry about that, guys, about that loud slam. That was my brother opening up the door, but yeah, we'll start out here with the parlor palm. This is some old foliage. It still has a green stem, but I might go ahead and cut it. Old foliage, but here we can see some new foliage really starting to unfurl here. So yeah, we got some new foliage coming up. Of course, the rose bush helps protect it a little bit from the sun. So that's doing fantastic. The parlor palm here hasn't really done much. There's a new little frond right there. I think this whole piece needs to be upgraded into a bigger pot. I'll have to try and do that sometime. Um, Anyways, going over here, we have my pygmy date palm. Seems to actually be doing better now since we're getting rain, just natural rainwater. It seems to really like that. Here we can see this newest frond here starting to unfurl a bit. These new fronds here are starting to do the same here at the tips, but this one's more out there than the other. When I repotted it, I didn't give it a real big pot or anything like that. Again, sorry about the noise in the background, guys. But yeah, it's doing good. So then we'll go over here to the cycad, Japanese cycad, also known as sago palm. I only got these new fronds yet, but looks like there might be something in the middle starting to come out. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I kind of had to stop for a bit. My brother was just being rude and wasn't really taking in consideration that maybe I was making a video and there was just lots of background noises. But anyways, as I was saying, yeah, it looks like that there might be some potential for some fronds coming out, some more flush growth. But yeah, he's looking good so far. He's got a little bit of yellow, but I don't mind that. And then we'll go all the way out here to the palms and cycads out here. So we'll start off with the Livistona chinensis out here. Looking really good. We got some good fronds right here. And we got a good frond coming in right there. That's the newest frond. And then in here, this one came back from spear pool. We got a little frond that looks like it's going to produce a good looking spear. So hopefully that continues to grow really well. And I'm definitely going to keep a closer eye on it, make sure it doesn't see temps like it did that one year. Last winter anyways, because yeah, I kind of heard it a bit. And then over here we have my Trachycarpus fortunii, Chinese fan palm. This is the newest frond starting to come up, new spear here. I do have to give it a new pot. Right now, all I did is I lifted it up a bit and put some soil in the bottom just to kind of hold it over until next year because, I mean, yeah, I'd go ahead and get a new pot, but, you know, for right now, I just need it to be able to hold itself over until I get more soil and all that. We'll go with more of our, well, I guess pygmy date definitely counts as a major tropical, but we'll go over to the other major tropical palm right here, which is my Majesty palm. Don't know the scientific name. Probably won't remember it unless I continue to use it constantly, but this, people knows what this palm is, usually when you mention just Majesty palm. Dead frond there. So yeah, looks like we got some fronds that are starting to yellow, which will be fine. I can cut those off. I did a little trimming on this guy not too long ago, another old frond. I usually don't like to cut the fronds off until they go completely green, well, completely brown, I mean. Then I cut them off. But otherwise than that, it's producing a lot of great looking fronds now. So like, this here was one of the newer fronds at the start of spring, but I don't know, it came out, even though it seemed like it got fried, and then the rest looks okay. Of course, I don't baby my palms at all. So after they adjust to 7 days, I throw them out, and if they fry, well, oh well. You better adapt and survive. And then right here, we have the newest frond right here. Looking good. Maybe besides for a little bit of blemishes. Not sure if that's nutrient deficiency or what. Then this frond here looks almost perfect. Then we got a new strong spear here. That is an ant, so I'm going to have to spray. Just to make sure. And you know, that's what some of this damage could possibly be, is by pests. So, yeah, I got to spray this thing. So, just to make sure that pest doesn't kill it. But yeah, otherwise than that, it's looking great. Wind's picking up a bit because we got some storms coming in. And then over here, we have my fishtail palm. Looks like there's some weeds in that I need to get rid of. It did receive a little bit of damage, it looks like, from whenever I did have to divide it and split it. Of course, before I got it, it's been splitted up and divided for years before I got it, so, you know, it's used to being divided and split it up. But, yeah, it's doing all right. No new spears yet. I'll be, definitely waiting on some, new spears there. This looks like it's wanting to push out a little bit more, but yeah. Fishtail palm, one of my clumping palms, doing good, doing all right. And then over here, I have a cardboard palm, which is another cycad native to Mexico, endangered in Mexico. I had to cut off the lower fronds. Couple reasons for that, and the main reason is it was just hard to mow around. So yeah, I had to kind of trim it up a bit because it was like after the split up, the fronds just kind of drooped down, so I had to do something about that. And then over here we have one of the other pups that I had to split up, and when I did that, I accidentally broke some roots. I just didn't have. See, we don't have access to the faucets like we used to, where we could just spray down and then divide it. So, yeah, that's kind of an issue I have. But it has enough root on there. I think it will root and take off. And then over here we have Indie Palms. Little fishtail palm here. This is actually a new spear that came up for Indie's Palms fishtail palm there. So yeah, it's looking great. Gonna wait for the rains to come. Hopefully it gets that palm tree nice and soaked, because sometimes, you know, like this will be wet, and then over here it'll just be completely dry. So it depends on where the winds blow, basically, for things to get the proper amount of moisture it needs. But yeah, happy to see that Indie's Palms palm tree is starting to get a spear already. It's doing better than my more mature ones. Hopefully he gets it soon, because I'm not going to be able to store it for the winter. So hopefully he comes by and gets it, because I'd hate to see it get nuked by frost. Because yeah, I'm going to have so much as is, especially trying to take this guy in, that I just won't have room to basically keep that fishtail palm. Alright, we're going to go over here. This here is my other cycad, my Diune spinulosum I got in trade for a jade. It is looking relatively well. Of course, we do have some dry bits of foliage, which I always expect to happen somewhere on this thing. Sometimes it happens because when it's soft like this, the Japanese beetles like to get to it. So, yeah, that's a thing. But otherwise than that, it has some good-looking new fronds. Now, I have noticed that the fronds will actually elongate a bit more instead of staying compact like this if I have it inside and underneath grow lights or by a window, because I did that one year and the fronds were just absolutely long on the thing. So yeah, that's all three of my cycad species there. And then over here we have my Cordyline australis, really liking the rainwater. This one I really do leave out to the elements. Like, I'll barely water it if like we ain't getting no rain or anything like that. It seems to take drought pretty well. And now we're getting a lot of rain, so now it's growing like crazy, and yeah, it seems to be doing all right. Seems to be doing good. All this is new growth. And then I found out that there was more truck underneath that I had to lift up, so I could still keep it in this pot and keep it going. So yeah, that's always good when you keep the plant going, because come to find out, the big box stores buried it a bit more deeper than what it was supposed to be buried. And then over here we have this cycad. Not looking so great, to be honest. I am going to try and protect it this winter. Hopefully my protection works. If not, well, ain't much I can do. But I am going to try zone pushes because it is considered more of a shrub here. So yeah, I could probably try to get away with it. But yeah, hopefully it survives. Hopefully it does well. It looks worse for wear right now. I'm trying to let it root. So yeah, hopefully something happens. If not, I'll cut off some of the old fronds and tie them up, and or just completely defoliate it and protect it that way and see if new fronds come up, which might be something I'll do. They'll come out later in the summer rather than early in the spring. Alright, so now we'll go to the backyard for some palms back there. Alright, we are around back now, and I see one of my hibiscus bonsais, is blooming. Hybrid, gives off a double flower. Camera doesn't do it justice on how beautiful and bright that orange flower really is. So, palms. Let's try not to get distracted here. My bamboo palm hasn't really done much this year, if I had to be completely honest. I mean, it's been giving out some good growth on the bottom, but as far as getting tall, not really. And I think there's a couple reasons behind that why it's been kind of slower growing this year. And I think it's just because this summer it's been kind of chilly, to be honest. We haven't had too many really, really warm days like Indiana's known for. Because, see, Indiana is known to have brutal winters, and then it's known to have brutal summers. So it's kind of like you can't really escape from the brutalness of Indiana if you live here. But yeah, lately it's been mild winters and hot tropical like humid summers, and yeah, and lately it's been mild winters, and now it's been, so besides the Arctic blast we had, it's been a mild winter, and basically our summer this year has been kind of chilly or cooled compared to what our summer usually is. July it got warm, but you know, we're still supposed to be pretty warm right now, and you know, Here it is only in the 70s instead of the 90s. But anyways, looks great. Just wish it would grow. We have some yellowing, it looks like, on the bottom here of some older foliage. So I'll probably cut that off. And yeah, I had it outside last year, taking temps to 35 degrees Fahrenheit. One time I accidentally left it out here in frost. Didn't make a video of that because I thought it was going to die, but frost didn't hit it. I think it has a lot to do because this kind of shelters it. Kind of seems to shelter things out here from the frost, but yeah, seems to be doing good because I noticed that when I did the switch here where I had to take him in and put him over there, that this guy was well protected over here, and frost didn't seem to hit him like I was expecting it to do, but I keep him here now. But yeah, this is my ladyfinger palm. Doing good. Has a new spear here. This is the newest frond. So yeah, looking better than some of these old ragged fronds there. Which again, if you guys haven't noticed, I kind of just let everything grow wild here. Some things are even tethered over here, and hell did not help that. And then if we look at the bottom though, we can see though it is starting to sucker and look nice and healthy. So yeah, very happy to have that. Very happy to have it starting to sucker. So yeah, looking great. Now next year, what's your guys' opinion on this? Since it did survive out here during the winter time, besides when we had the Arctic blast, next year, next summer, should I try to get a ladyfinger and rearrange things out here and maybe put one in that corner over there or on the side over here? Comment below on what you guys think. Maybe just experiment. But yeah, that's it for the palm tour. And as always, guys, keep it real and definitely keep it tropical.